Welcome guys to today's tutorial. Today I'm going to be teaching you how you can do a complete basic setup with AutoCAD for an architectural floor plan. So I want you to join me as we explore AutoCAD setup for a complete architectural floor plan. So basically what we do when you want to set up AutoCAD for a floor plan, basically you need layers. You need to set your text style, your dimensions, and then you need to set your limits. These are the basic things that you need to do in AutoCAD setup. And so
FaveTech Agro, FaveTech Creative, FaveTech Construction Services. Welcome to FaveTech Fusion.
let's begin with creating of layers. So in AutoCAD 2016, if you want to create new layers, because basically for layers we want wall layer, veranda layers, we want text layers, we want dimension layers, we want window layers, and so on and so on. So for the sake of this tutorial, because I don't want the video to be long, I'm going to teach you how you can create 1 or 2 layers, then you can do others with the same procedure. So just click on layer properties. So when you click on layer property, AutoCAD will take you to this dialog box. So what you do is just click on this icon. This is a new layer, or you can press alternate N on your keyboard. So you click on it, then it's right layer 1. You can label it. For in this case, let's choose let's say this will be our wall layer, so I'm labeling it as wall. Then you can change the line weight to whichever line weight you want. For this, say for the sake of this tutorial, let's go with let's say 1.00 mm. So we have set that layer. So for you to go to the next layer, what you do is click on this 0 icon and click on this icon. Don't click on wall icon, because if you click on wall icon, it means you want to duplicate the layer. So in order not to stress yourself and give yourself headache later on, so you just click on the 0, then you click on your layer. So we have another layer, you see it's called layer 1. So let's assume if you had clicked on icon earlier, what you do is you just duplicate it. Look at, you duplicated the wall. So we have 1 mm and we have 1 mm. So that's why it's not advisable to click on the layer you created. Instead, click on the 0 and click on new layer. But we can still modify this. So let's call this the window. And the line weight for window, let's say we're going to use 0.40. I think that will be okay for this case. And then let's change this now. Let's change this to maybe door layer. And let's use 0.40 still for our door layer. 0.40 for our door layer. I think that will be fine. Then click on the 0, like I said, click on the new layer. Then let's change this to veranda, because in our floor plan we do have veranda. So for veranda, we're going to use make it lighter. Let's do 0.30. Then for veranda, usually we do have breaking lines to represent veranda in an architectural floor plan. So instead of the line type to remain continuous, you click on the veranda. We're on the veranda now. We want to change the line type to a broken line, not a continuous line. So we click on continuous. Then you click on load. Then you locate hidden. Yes, this is hidden. Locate hidden and click on OK. Locate hidden again and click on OK. If you notice, veranda just changed from continuous to hidden line. And so finally, let's say a text. Okay, dimension layer. So let's create dimension layer, new layer. Let's call it this one, dimensions. So we're going to use continuous or dimension, and maybe let's take 0.30 for our line width. So this is basically how to create layer. You can have as many layers as you want. We have construction lines, construction text. We have different layers for depending on the project you want to do. So when you are done creating your layers, you close by clicking on close. So we are done creating layers. So what next do we set? We set up our unit. Our unit, for you to set up your unit on your keyboard, just type UN. Immediately you type UN, press your enter key. It will take you to the unit dialog box. Then you click on precision. You can leave this on decimal. Precision should be a whole number, and in this case we are using millimeters, so let's just click on inches and change it to millimeters and click on OK. So your unit has been set. The next thing we have to do is to set up our dimensions. Very important. So you click on your keyboard, just type D and press enter. Dimension style. D represent dimension style. So in this case we don't have any saved preferences, so we just click on modify. So you click on modify, change your arrowhead to be architectural thickness. Under symbols and arrow, just click on close feed, architectural thick. That's the look at on this your preview screen, and you see it has changed to architectural thick. Depending on the project you are doing, for in this case, let's change our arrow size to be 200 millimeters, and you will observe what will happen. Look at on our display screen, look at what just happened. But don't worry. So what you do next is go to your text tab. Let's say our text height should be 200 millimeters. So change this text height to be 200 millimeters, and immediately you are done with that, just click on align with dimension line, click on it, and you see your dimensions are back on your preview screen. Furthermore, let's go to primary unit, and your precision, let's change this again to a whole number, just like we did. Now you see your whole numbers are here. When you are done with this basic setup, there are other setup. With this basic setup, you are good to go. You click on OK and click on close. Now we need to set up again our style, our text style. So for you to set up your text style, just type on your keyboard ST and press enter key. So to take it to text style, your font name, basically for a standard architectural floor plan, you can choose to use Times New Roman. So let's go with Times New Roman. So click on T on your keyboard, Times New Roman, look at it. Then you can either choose your font style, but in this case, let's just change it to maybe bold. You see, this is your preview screen, and you look at how it is displaying already. For the height, let's go again with 200, just as we did in our dimensions. And you see that you are done with this setting. All you just need to do is click on apply and then close that screen. And so finally, what we have to set up now is our drawing limit. I'm going to explain drawing limit again in another tutorial, but for today, let's just do drawing limit. So for drawing limit, what you have to do is to type limit on your keyboard, limit, and you see limit is up, and press enter. Now you see on your command line, say limit specify lower left corner or on or off. What you just do is press your enter key once, and then limit specify upper right. So in this case, the paper size we want to use is for this architectural floor plan. Let's say, okay, let's include this figure. You can include the figure you want depending on the project you want to do. But in this case, let's say 120,000, 150,000. Very important you do this. So when you are done with this, you click on your enter key. Before you click on enter key, if you observe, immediately you press your comma key on your keyboard, you see that this axis was having a padlock. Yes, this is X and Y axis. So on the X axis, immediately you give AutoCAD the figure you want for the size of the paper. That is on the Y axis, immediately closed, and then on the X axis you have left. So when you are done imputing the figure, before you press your comma key, and then you do the rest figure. So we have X and Y, we are done. 120,000, then you press your comma, 150,000, press your enter key, and you are done with drawing limit. So what you do now to refresh AutoCAD screen is on your keyboard, letter Z, which is zoom, enter, and then you just type alphabet A, enter. These are shortcut keys I'm using so that the video will not be long for you. Then AutoCAD has regenerated. Then you can either press Z key again, enter, and then alphabet E on your keyboard, enter, AutoCAD regenerate. So for today, this is how you can basically set up your AutoCAD depending on the projects that you are doing. But in this case, a basic architectural floor plan, we can set up our AutoCAD like this to work with it. So I'm going to create our next video. Thank you very much. So see you in our next video.